Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, once again, for another video. There's probably going to be quite a few videos left on it because it's taking me a minute. So I thought today, I've had a look at it a bit off camera after last week's filming, and I discovered some things. And by that I mean I probably discovered them on camera, let's be honest. But anyway, so if you put this rod on, it's fine. By the way, if you watched last week's episode, this might have been in it, but I'm just going to catch up anyway with it, and then we'll go from where we're all on a straight basis of what's wrong with it. So, a little bit of a catch up possibly. So, you put the spin in, you put the rod on, and then you can put it on the middle wheel, which obviously is out of sync at the minute, which is fine, we can fix that. But when you do that, it's fine. It wants to go, it shows signs of going. And now, I have the pleasure of having the ability to look at another chassis quite like this. So I have been doing such. And with the other one, there's a quite obvious thing, which is it's well packed in on this wheel. And my one I don't think was. So basically, we're going to build it part by part here today. Where we're going to take it section by section by section, rod by rod, and we're going to slowly put the thing back together with the hope that it all goes nice back and well. Which, if I'm going to be honest, and this might sound a little bit negative here for a second, but it is, I don't think it's going to go back together well. And in a way, I would rather that than another issue with it, because at least then I know how to fix it. So yeah, I'm going to put the rods on, and we're going to see how straight the rods are. And I don't think they're going to be that straight, which isn't good. So I'm going to quickly, right now, move you guys along a little bit. There you go, so you're more central. Now, I have managed to not pre-acquire the tools that are necessary. So I'm just going to open where I keep all my screwdrivers and casually grab my flathead screwdriver out of storage, and then I will need my lovely modelling pliers, which are currently covered in stuff, or at least under a lot of stuff, which is quite annoying, but I have got them now. So those are the tools we will need for today's task. And yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? So I have also got the track set up, as you can see. And yeah, let's get into this. So this is going to be quite tricky here, because these rods are quite weird in a sense that they love to just pop off the track. So let's move you guys forward a bit and down so you get a better view on it. Right, so we want to take this rod here and we want to put it on that sort of outcropping there that's coming off from the wheel. Now obviously you can see the wheel needs to rotate. So what we'll do is we'll move this out the way, and then we see the wheel still needs to go around a bit more, and then we'll just move the wheel ever so slightly until it fits in like that. Right, so now we've got the wheel in place. That's what we want. Now obviously we have to do it for both sides to make sure obviously both sides go in, but we're going to focus on this side first because you guys can see it, and then we can flip over to the other side in a moment, because once we get one side, the other side should be pretty easy, because all the wheels should already be aligned and it should just basically be putting the parts together. So that's indeed what we're going to do. As you can see currently, the wheels are very much moving on their own, which is good. And there we go, that's in. Now here comes the difficult part, which is I think where we're going to find the issue. Is this, I don't see, yeah you can see them, these little sort of spaces here two of them at the back here. So they tend to look like the issue, because if they don't go flat, then it's got movement where the rods can move independent of the wheels, and obviously then we have an issue, because we need the rods to effectively move as one combined unit, which obviously helps out the engine and makes everything a little bit nicer and work a little bit better. So let's see if we can achieve that, which I highly doubt we can, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Okay, so let's see if this wants to go on first time. It's very close here. Right, there we go, we got it on. Lovely. Now comes the even harder part, because we need to get this rod that's literally in front of my finger there, and then this one, put that in the middle of this, and then put this and that on that without it falling off, which so far to this day on this engine have not managed to do first time. Can we change that? I don't think so, but we're going to try and possibly try. I mean, I'd like to get it on, so we're just going to try and get it on, and what happens happens. Also, apologies for having my hands in front of camera a lot. With this, it is just a very annoying task. So we're going to casually just try and get under the spacer here, or not, because the spacer decides that it wants to be separate. That's fine. I'll just grab the engine quickly to get the thing out. Right, engine coming back in now. And now the spacer is back on again. And now we get to have a second attempt at it. There we go. And now that's in. Now we check it to make sure that the spacing's all good. Which, it looks better, which is good, but I mean, at the end of the day, the only test is when you put it on the track, does it move? And until we get to that point, I can't say whether it's good or bad. So, best choice we've got is, I'm going to take it off camera, have a little look at it, to sort of check it out, to try and flatten things out a little bit here. Right, give me a second guys, it's not flat. I have no idea why this isn't holding flat, but anyway. Right, that might work. I'll push it in a bit, so we might get something out of that hopefully. Now we're going to flip the engine round, bring it back on the camera, and do the other side. So with this, we're going to put the back wheel on first. There we go. Now we're going to put the front wheel on, so these two need to move and realign so they're in proper alignment. So this front wheel, I'm trying to show it to you without constantly getting in the way of it, and it's really difficult. So this front wheel here, which is the front rod, needs to fit just on the pin there, as you just saw. And then spacer, this rod, and this rod, which technically that rod has got the pin in it, but anyway. Right, okay. Let's see if we can do it this time. So we need to take this one out here, put this through there, bring them up, through and in, like so. And I'm just going to do a bit of further adjustment off camera to make sure they push in properly. Right, that should hopefully work this time. He says moments before it doesn't work. Right, okay, so it's on the track. Now why is it not working? Because that's straight. Right, I'm just going to take a guess and say the wheels aren't properly aligned, because if you see here, that's down there when I think it should be straight with the other rod. So I'm thinking the back wheels are actually the problem and need turning to realign them. If I keep it on camera here, to realign them straight in a sort of line like this. And then if we go to the other side, which gets worse, you can see this is in a straight line here, but then this is halfway up towards the cab. And I think that should be down here at the back there. So it's going to need to have the back wheels off and have the back wheels to rotate. So let's get that done. Luckily, this is a very simple fix. All we need to do is just pop the back pin out. So 5 seconds ago when I said this was a very simple fix, wasn't true at all. The back pins are not coming out of one side, the other side are. No idea. Right, that's one pin. Now I need to get the other one out, which is just choosing not to come out today. There we go. Okay, that's the other pin. And now we have the cab off. Well, the cab just came off. Not what I was intending to see, but I guess the cab's detachable. Right, so we're just going to quickly put the cab back on, because quite simply I don't need the cab off at this minute in time, unless it's going to show me something I can't see from anywhere else. Nope. Right. So the cab is currently resisting going back on, if I'm being honest. Which it is now back on. Oh, that doesn't look good for the whistle. Nope, the whistle snapped. Oh dear. One second, guys. just rewriting the whistle. There we go. The whistle at the top is now back on, and the cab is also now back on. Well, mostly. Cab is mostly back on. It's a little bit raised, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Okay, well that was a bit of an interesting one. But back to the job at hand, which is trying to re-level the back wheels. Right, that one's re-leveled, so I'll put a pin back in. Right, the pin is not wanting to go back in. Okay, now I flip it over and hope this is in the correct position. It is not. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this off camera because it's going to need me to drop the back wheel and basically realign it. But effectively here, you can see, so I can get it into position, that this is nowhere near being proper. That's where it needs to be. That's where it is. So that needs to be realigned. However, on this side, I've got it aligned properly. So obviously the back wheels are the issue, and so I've got to do some work on them and hope that I don't break that whistle off. Whistle's just this first one here, which I would rather not break off, but we'll see how that one goes in a moment. But yeah, so this has been this video where we've basically got it down to working again, and hopefully by next week you should see it running with a bit of luck. Obviously I'm not going to guarantee this wheel fix is going to do everything, but hopefully if I change the location of the back wheels, it might just give it enough power to move the train. I'll obviously let you guys know next week as to how that goes, and hopefully we'll see it running next week. If not, we'll be back here again working on it. Probably not, I might take a week off from it in terms of videos, but if it's running then yeah, I'll show you it. But if it needs more work then we'll take a week of break for it from the channel. Also, I don't know what's on which channel at this point, because I obviously have this channel and my vlog channel, so I have no idea what projects are on which channel anymore. But I've got some new coaches recently, I've got some eyes on some new trains, loads of things, more trains, more of everything pretty much. So yeah, some old projects that haven't ever got finished are coming back. I think this channel had the Midland Pullman. Apologies, it is returning. Yeah, it needs to get done, so I want to get it done by the end of summer, which yes, is only a month, which is 4 videos. No idea how I'm going to do that, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, please do like and subscribe, and please, when you do subscribe, please do turn on the post notifications, which is the bell icon, so you get notified every time I post a video. And with that, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.